Greetings and salutations from Pandora, the eclectic one. Trying to make sure I can shove myself further into the camera because I know, oh God knows, I practically put it in an awkward position and fix it again. But anyways, as you know, it's that time of the month again, and no, it is not my period. But it is my fortune cookie scramble time. It's that time of the month where I pick out a fortune cookie. Fortune cookie. Fortune cookie. And we just talk about issues and problems that have occurred from last month as a way to wrap up the month. So, let's begin. This time I'm going to start off with getting the cookie out. And there we go. But you won't know until we're finished talking about the issues that I'm going to talk about. Anyways, let me start off with this whole racism thing that's been occurring with a certain, who is it again? Let me make sure I know who it is, because God knows I don't think anyone else needs to be smirched with such a thing. Let's see, Monday. Know his name, because I've forgotten it a big time. Mostly because, from my perspective, exist. Okay. Donald Sterling. Okay, yeah, Donald Sterling. Yes. Now, what I find interesting about this is it's been degraded as we go along. You people notice this? First, it was with people like, I think, I think it was with, Paula Deen saying certain things like, I think she said the Nword. Also had this whole picnic where she was gonna throw a party and such, involving black men, all dressed like slaves and shit like that. Swear. I used the C word, but sexism on top of racism just doesn't seem to cut it, and, stuff like that. But, yeah, we've gone from that to having certain situations involving, Stephen Colbert, who is a freaking comedian and was a joke in the first place. Susie, Susie Park. Yeah. To now, where if you say you do not wish to have black people in your house, that is racist. I mean, now he's been doing other things that I'm like, good, I'm glad they call him out on that. But I don't know if this works in the connotation that, he seemed, his wife, who looks Latino, by the way, hey, he has all of these problems with all these other nationalities, but this is the one nationality he has no problem with. In fact, he's married to it. So, really? Totally hypocritical. On the side of that, I'll probably do a video on this alone. It's the whole reverse racism thing, which I've been wanting to talk about this for a long, long time, because maybe it's just me, but people, there is such a thing as racist statements towards, I don't know, white people. And this is coming from a black person. And only because I feel like, yeah, it took us not 40 years, actually 100 years to get to where we are, and yet, for some fucking reason, we've gone backwards and decided, since they were racist towards us, let's be racist towards them. And then you have other forms of racism, and not just that, there's also sexism as well. No one can really respect the fact that, yes, there are males in our society that, hey, get treated badly because, we got these stupid feminists and their sexist behavior towards males, and the assumption that, oh yes, as the fact that I don't, the fact that he's male, he must be looking at your big old breast. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are situations where this happens. I mean, I'm sure there are guys who watch a certain girl by the name of Trish. She's known as Blonde. I'm not gonna tell you. Don't fucking go there, alright? But you know what? She puts herself out there, she advertises it, and heck, she likes it. And she's also, she was at one point a prostitute, so she found God. From my perspective, she deserves everything she gets, so, yeah. I'm happy that she gets those comments. And don't get me wrong, I get those comments too, but I've also learned to, throw it back at them, so, as a joke. I understand it being such. Now, that can backfire on a person. I'm not gonna lie. It backfires. Because I got a letter from someone who, will remain nameless, who I was, commenting with one of my videos. I thought, yeah, we're just messing around, and I think he actually took it personally and thought I really meant what I said there. But, and there's been other situations like Jacqueline Glenn, apparently. Oh yeah, that's right. Atheism in this country, that's another thing I want to bring up. Atheist. I'm cool with atheist no matter what it is. I'm fine with it. You're atheist, fine, join up, subscribe to me, don't really care what you do, but I will tell you something, you get my full backing because I have to admit, probably living in a country where it's 95% Christian is probably fucking hell for you. Well, I know you don't believe in it, but let's just keep that in mind. I just don't understand why these people who are Christians, who are believe in this all-loving, all-knowing creature known as God, who, knows I use creature, actually I should say being, but being lives in the sky, can be this way. In fact, I ran into like two people while I was at the library, and we were having a conversation about Christians. Oh yeah, there's also a few movies that have come out in the last few months, but I will discuss those at a later date, because I'll probably rent those movies rather than go give money to these people who don't deserve it, in my personal opinion. Heck, some Christians really don't like these films. That's just to let you guys know that, who are fed up with it. And it's just that I don't understand all the hate. Anyways, back to the story about some Christians being judgmental of them. Now, admittedly, the people who I was talking with were a little off, but I kind of feel like, well, I'm curious, but I wouldn't judge them right off. Like, I'm not. The way this person used it, I don't know if she meant judging her, but I don't know. But, just kind of curious about them, to be honest. And they seem like alright, awesome people, in my opinion. And they didn't do anything to deserve any mistreatment. I mean, yes, the behavior might have been a tad peculiar, and maybe they should be a bit careful about, but, my opinion is, I'm sure people in some countries, I would think, the fact that I'm going to the library as being my bit peculiar in its own right. So, what is weird and peculiar to one person may be perfectly normal to another. So, there you go. But at the same time, I thought these people were fine and okay and everything. And they did nothing to bother me. I did nothing to bother them other than have a light little conversation with them. And now for, now for the last bit of this video. Now you all get to do the fun part, which is watch me eat the cookie. No cookie for you. And before I actually read it, I'm going to eat it and enjoy the cookie goodness. I'm going to put my glasses back on because as much as I like doing it without it, it's mostly so you guys won't, look back into my eyes or anything. And it's easier for you to watch these videos. Now, for the fortune. You love challenge. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I guess I do, or I wouldn't be making this video. Anyways, this is Pandora the Eclectic. Hey, telling you to check out the description below for any links that you want to see, and subscribe if you want to, as well as, well, I guess that's it. So, please stay frosty.